You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me,
Damn,
don't you?
JJ.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Made a cameo in the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2. DDG has decided to clap back and submitted text messages to the court and try to say that she ain't. The state of Utah is definitely still trying to press on and try him. You feel me? Diddy case got a new testimony. Some new people that came and testified. You know what I'm saying? Apparently Cassie's friend named Brianna. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Hope y'all doing good. You feel me? We are at a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Didn't hear from me yesterday. Had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how it goes, you feel me? Just had a lot of errands to run, a lot of appointments to attend to, you know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't a lot of news happening yesterday, for real, to be honest. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just don't be shit cracking, you know what I'm saying? It just don't be nothing going on. It be the same ass news from Monday and Tuesday and type shit, you know what I mean? So just wasn't nothing happening. But I got some topics for you today, though, you feel me? Fresh and back, you know what I'm saying? With some fresh folk topics, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So how y'all doing, man? It's Thursday, you know what I mean? June 5th, you know what I'm saying? Son's birthday is tomorrow, feel me? Finna be that big 12, you know what I'm saying? It is 12:41 in the afternoon, you feel me? It's a cool day out here today. About 70 something, it's about 76, 77 degrees right now, you know what I'm saying? With a breeze, you feel me? Getting a break from that heat. It was just 100 and some degrees over the weekend, but it's cooling off, you know what I'm saying, as this week continues, you know what I mean? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be episode 258. I mean, episode 258 today. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode where we talked about, you know what I mean? Quick little recap of 257. We touched on Ray J going back and forth with Suge Knight, exchanging words and shit on TV on the internet. You know what I'm saying? We also touched up clips, and Pusha T had to part ways with Def Jam because they wanted them to censor or edit out Kendrick's verse in the song that they got featured with him. And we also touched on Lil Durk had a slight win in this little case, saying that they not gonna be pursuing the death penalty no more, which is definitely a win, that they not trying to body him, you know what I'm saying? So that was episode 257, quick little 3 topics, you know what I mean? Hope y'all enjoyed that, you feel me? Actually, I see y'all did enjoy that. You know, I don't really look at my numbers, you know what I'm saying? I'm so in love with creating, you feel me? Creating these videos, episodes, editing them up, you know what I'm saying? Put my creation in the editing process and all that. I don't even go back and look at the numbers, you feel me? But that Ray J episode talking about Suge Knight got 210 last I checked views. So that's what's up. Thank everybody and each and every one of y'all for your viewership. Appreciate that. You feel me? Apparently that shit done caught some type of traction. But you know, every so often these episodes do that. You know what I'm saying? Based on what I'm talking about, they'll catch a little wave, you feel me, and surpass 100 views type shit. You know what I'm saying? And me as an up-and-comer, I am hype on every view. God damn it. If it's 30 views, 40 views, I am hype with that, you feel me? So to reach 200 on the motherfucking episode, yeah, that shit I was definitely hyped to see that this morning. That was some motivation, inspiration for me, for sure. So appreciate it, thank you. Keep sharing that shit out. Keep putting it out there in these waves, in these airwaves and shit for me. You feel me? But yeah, though, today, though, you know what I'm saying, episode 258, got a few little topics for you, you know what I'm saying? Eminem, Adam Sandler put out a new trailer for Happy Gilmore 2. You know what I'm saying? Eminem is in it, but don't blink, because goddamn it, DDG and Halle, we're gonna touch on that. They been going through some issues and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on that. NBA Youngboy got pardoned, but they still coming for you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with that. We're gonna touch on that and find out all about that. And I got some more news on the Diddy case. Of course, I couldn't go a whole week without talking about motherfucking Diddy. God damn it, you know what I'm saying? I got some news on that too. You feel me? New person entered the testimony and all that. Got testimony from the security guard. All that shit. We're gonna touch on all that, you feel me? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all doing good, man. You feel me? We're about to jump into this episode, you know what I'm saying? 258. This your first time, you feel me? To the ones that, if you just subscribed, and let's say you just seen this video, this your first time coming and visiting Kons podcast channel, you know what I'm saying? This is where we do headlines, news, and updates, you feel me? A bunch of headlines and shit. We go over headlines and shit that's been happening, you know what I mean? Shit that's making headlines, breaking news type shit, you know what I'm saying? With these celebrities, with local news, you know what I mean? With plane crashes, wars, whatever the case may be, the Diddy trial, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be touching and following all that type of shit, you feel me? To update the audience, which is y'all, on what is currently happening, you feel me? So hopefully you can watch this episode, watch these episodes and learn something that you didn't know, you feel me? I'm definitely touching on shit that's been already in the atmosphere, some shit you might hear for the first time on here, some shit you might not hear for the first time when you hear it on this channel, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gonna get my commentary on these subjects, you feel me? And that's where, you know what I'm saying, my creativity comes in and my thoughts and opinions on said subjects, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's hop in the first topic, you feel me? So the first topic is Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Eminem made a headline because he is in the cameo, made a cameo in the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2. We all heard about Adam Sandler been working on this movie for a minute now. About last year, he just dropped that he was going to be releasing Happy Gilmore 2, and I believe it's going to be being released on Netflix, you know what I'm saying? I think July something, 25th or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I think the date is at the end of the trailer that I got for you, you know what I'm saying? But Eminem, you know what I mean, made a headline that he was in this trailer, and he is definitely using the brand, the name of Eminem to sell off this trailer for show. Because if you look at the trailer, goddamn it, if you blink, you not gonna see Eminem. It is very fast. You know what I'm saying? The whole trailer, you're gonna be looking for him. You feel me? You might not even see him in this trailer. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he made headlines for being in this trailer for the movie is definitely seemed like some clickbait after I sat and watched the trailer. So y'all be the judge and let me know what you think. How big of a cameo is this? Because if you blink, like I said, you're gonna miss him. You feel me? So this next little clip about to see is the trailer of Happy Gilmore 2 with Eminem in it. Check it out.
My name is Happy Gilmore. 30 years ago, I decided to give golf a try. But even when you're at the top of your game, you can always shank one. Happy Gilmore sucks?
Oh, eat a bag of dicks!
How are you going to put Vienna through ballet school? It's $75,000 a year. That's 4 years. That's 333 grand. That's terrible math, Johnny. It's 300 grand. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
Come on, gotta do it, Dad.
All right, let's go.
Go get him, Dad. But I would love to hear this.
I know how to do it, Dad.
Let's go. Oh, Dad. Oh, doctors.
What the hell is happening?
Happy Gilmore is breaking in yet another caddy he just met.
All right, we're gonna go. See, but you bring those. Those always come. All right, that's it. They got a strap if you want to use the strap.
Happy Gilmore didn't have things flowing on the first go.
Oh, shut up!
Check out the name tag, grandson. You're in my world now.
I got you a little something there, Pop. Everyone is talking about a comeback kid.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore!
You've been watching me play Mr. Gilmore. So inspiring.
My dad loved you, man. I am so sorry. Give him here. I got some Gorilla Glue. Remember the happy place I went to? You go to yours.
Oh my God, Rory! Jackass. Bingo.
You stole my life from me. Why would I want to steal the life of somebody who eats pieces of shit for breakfast?
screen, that was the trailer. Hope you didn't blink, because you would have missed Eminem's little cameo in that trailer. You know what I'm saying? It's real short, probably not even 2 seconds for real. You know what I mean, that they show him, you feel me? There's definitely some type of marketing strategy for sure with that. DDG and Halle Bailey, you know what I'm saying, been going at it, you feel me, since they break up. You know what I'm saying? They've been going at it since they break up. They recently have been broken up, and there's kids involved, so there's courts coming in and a bunch of alleged situations, and she putting a assault charge on him, saying that he was abusing her and all this and that, putting hands on her and all this and that. So DDG has decided to clap back and submitted text messages to the court and try to say that she ain't fit to be no parent and is going for full custody of the kids, you know what I'm saying, or the kid. I'm not sure if it's multiple kids or one kid, you know what I mean, but I know they definitely is a child between them two, you know what I'm saying. So he got fed up with everything that she was saying, and the text is making her look a little loony. I ain't gonna lie, it's definitely making her look a little crazy, you know what I'm saying, definitely making her look unfit. You know, she talking about stabbing him, she talking about you know what I mean, ending her own life, just crazy female stuff. You know, I don't know what it is. She's alleging that he was sexing on some girl named Lala in Texas or something, or in Florida or something like that. I don't know. The shit is crazy weird. I usually don't really touch on relationship problems that hit the media, you know, but this is something that's been big, and it ain't too, like I said, it ain't too much news circulating right now as far as in the celeb world anywhere, you know what I mean, that I feel like I want to report on, you know what I mean. But yeah, this next little clip that you're about to see is just somebody speaking on the shit that DDG has submitted to the court, and the text messages, they're gonna show you pictures of all that shit. Check it out.
Stabbed you, bro. So DDG and Halle Berry's case was today, and DDG submits alleged text messages to the court in an attempt to prove Halle Berry is mentally unstable and she shouldn't have custody of her kid. I have a knife. It gets worse. These are some of the text messages. She wanted to, I never want to be here again. I hate this song. I hate this, like, and DDG responded like, please stop taking it to this extreme. And this is giving me PTSD of one of my old relationships. Like, I had to deal with something like this. And she said, oh, this is proof. You leave me hanging here as a mother. You won't step up when I need you. I'm begging you. I just found out you're sleeping with Lala in Mexico. Anyways, I'm going to off myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. What? I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. Oh my God. And he said, I can't have you acting like this. No, this is crazy. I'm just not reading this. I hate you. You're the most horrible person I've ever met. I wish I didn't have to fight with you, but you continue to let me down every time. She's so mad, like she don't even know how to spell words no more. And when Soak about exchanging my son in a money deal for views and openly flirt and help every other woman in the world but me, you hate me and want me to die. I want to die because of you. I will die because of you. Oh my God, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, he's not wrong. She might be a little. And back to this picture. Maybe this is when she said she had a knife and maybe they was arguing and she tried to, I don't know. I don't want to assume nothing. I don't. This situation was already crazy enough, and just finding out all this new info, this is tough. Like this is rough. Like, he cheated on her with Lala, but didn't she cheat first? But like, I don't know. But let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this whole situation. And all those people that was on Halle Berry's side, stay on that side. I've been on DDG's side the whole time. I know how these women are, but like, it's like I said before, it's gonna get ugly before it gets better. If follow for more. Thank you. I appreciate it.
As you seen, you feel me, that was DDG, and somebody that was letting you know all about what's been going on between DDG and Halle Bailey, his ex-girl. You know what I mean? Shit been getting ugly between them. NBA Youngboy. So we all know NBA Youngboy just recently got pardoned by Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He got pardoned by Donald Trump, and he was thanking Donald Trump, but now the state of Utah is definitely still trying to press on and try him. You feel me? They definitely still want him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got pardoned, the state of Utah state representative is still trying to come for him, saying, nah, we're not going for the pardon. You know what I'm saying? And called Trump's pardon a weaponized justice system, pointing out that he pled guilty in his trial. So the state of Utah is like, nah, fuck that pardon. Nigga, we still want your head, young boy. You feel me? So we don't give a fuck about that pardon. We still is pressing on with this trial. You know what I mean? Fuck what Trump talk about with this pardon. You feel me? So this next little clip that you're about to see is just a video speaking on the situation with young boy in the state of Utah still trying to come for him. Check it out.
A Utah state representative is basically saying, nah, we're still coming for NBA Youngboy, even after Trump pardoned him. Seriously. So last month, Trump pardoned Youngboy, wiping his 5-year probation from federal charges, including identity theft and forgery in Utah. Youngboy was super grateful, dropping a statement thanking Trump for the chance to keep building his life and career. But Utah officials, they are not having it. The Cache County sheriff and attorney clapped back hard at Trump's talk of a weaponized justice system, pointing out Youngboy actually pled guilty. Then, Utah State Rep Trevor Lee straight up tweeted, as a state, we should still go after him. He deleted it, but you know how that goes. For now, no new legal moves against YB, and he's even planning his Make America Slime Again tour. But with Utah officials this fired up, you gotta wonder if they'll actually try something. This is definitely a situation to watch. Could get messy.
As you seen, you know what I'm saying? That was just them put it in a nutshell for you, let you know what's going on. The Utah state representative is saying, hell nah, I don't give a fuck about that pardon. We still should push forward with this. Remember, he pled guilty in the trial, he said. You know what I'm saying? The Diddy case got a new testimony. So new people that came and testified. You know what I'm saying? Apparently Cassie's friend named Brianna Bongolin, and also the security guard that was the security guard at the Intercontinental Hotel, from the video that we all seen of him chasing Cassie down the corridor and throwing her to the ground and kicking her in the ass. The security guard that was in the hotel that night also came forward and gave some evidence and submitted to the court. You know what I'm saying? Her friend Brianna Bongolin and said that she had went to Cassie's house. You feel me? She said do some substances. You know what I mean? So get high. You feel me? So she was there, and Diddy came slamming, hammering at the door. You know what I'm saying? And when he came in, he seen her on the balcony and grabbed her and dangled her over the balcony on the 17th floor. You know what I'm saying? And then told her, you know what the fuck you did? She said she still don't know what the fuck he talking about. She didn't know then, and she still don't know till this day. She has no idea what he was talking about when he looked at her and said, you know what the fuck you did? You know what I'm saying? She said she suffered certain injuries after he got her from the balcony. Then he threw her on the balcony floor, and she said she suffered injuries and filed a civil lawsuit at the time for the alleged attack. Diddy's team cross-examined her and alleged that she was lying about the whole situation. Also, Diddy allegedly paid $100K to the security guard Eddie Garcia for the footage because he didn't want that footage to come out, and also had him sign a NDA. But before Eddie Garcia went to testify, he had made sure that he had got immunity first, as the last person did when I last reported on the last person who said he wanted immunity only before he took that stand. So Eddie Garcia, the security guard of that hotel, took the same stance and said, I want immunity before I get on this thing and testify. So he had got immunity and came out and said, this is how we learned that he paid him $100,000, and he said he divided that up to his security team. You know what I mean? 50K here and 25 and 25 at another spot, at two other spots. You feel me? Divided up with the rest of his security team. So he paid him $100K. He came out and said that. You know what I'm saying? That was some new evidence that was brought to this trial. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip that you about to see is, oh, and also Diddy wanted that video thrown out of the whole case because he claimed that it has been altered, that is not the original video. You know what I mean? So he's trying to get that thrown out. So the next little clip that you are about to see is just this is a video from Kadisha Lynn, first of Brianna. You know, she's going to show you the text style of what was being said, the examination of Brianna, and also got a clip showing you Eddie Garcia's testimony when he was on the stand. You know how Kadisha Lynn do it. She's going to tell you the info, and it's going to be the picture of the press of the conference in text of what everything that was said in the case when they took the stand. Check these clips out.
Ventura's friend Brianna Bongolan testifies against Diddy. She starts her bombshell testimony off strong with saying that Diddy hung her over a 17th floor balcony, and this is actual pictures from the day that this happened to her. The government calls Brianna Bongolan to the stand. What else are you called? Bana. What do you work in? Fashion design. What did Mr. Combs do to you? He held me over a 17-story balcony. Any after effects from that? Night terrors. I wake up in my sleep. Who is this? Cassandra Ventura. Cassie, my friend. I met her in 2013 at Young and Reckless, the streetwear company, then at Diamond Designs. How would you describe Cassie's relationship with Mr. Combs? Volatile. I did not want to meet him right away. I had seen a black eye. She begged me to meet him. Did you do design work for Mr. Combs? A little. Where did Mr. Combs live? I think in like Beverly Hills. Diddy's team yells, objection, speculation, and the judge says, ask another question. Do you know the name of the street? Mapleton, 200 South Mapleton. That is Diddy's address in Beverly Hills. What did you do with Cassie? Substances. We'd go shopping. We'd hang out with Deontay and others. Is this a photo of you and Cassie shopping? Yes, in April 2016. Puff texted Cassie and asked where she was. Sent a list where we had been. Had you or Cassie told Mr. Combs where you were? No. How did it make you feel? Diddy's lawyer yells, objection, and the judge overruled. Like, oh my god, he knows where we've been? Where would you sleep at Cassie's? A couch or on the balcony. Did Mr. Combs come over? Yes, he banged on the door and came in. Do you know how? I don't know. He was upset and he threw a knife in her direction and she threw it back. He left swiftly. Are you doing substances? I don't remember. Did you call the police? No. Why not? I was scared. Did you see injuries on Cassie? She showed me a FaceTime before the makeup for the perfect match. What did she say? She was quiet. We were at a party at the Blind Dragon, a karaoke bar in West Hollywood. Then we went to Cassie's house to help her pack. Deontay was there. Puff came. Are you under a subpoena? Yes, I won't get in trouble if I'm truthful. She did sign an immunity order for what she is about to say next. Did Mr. Combs provide you with substances? Yes. One was called G. I'm not an avid user. It was K, green, snow. How often did you get substances for Cassie? Often. Those oxy pills. Did she pay you? Yes. Did you get substances for Mr. Combs? Yes, once. Snow. Did you sell substances to others? Yes, sometimes. Did you try with Cassie to stop doing substances? Yes, we try to cook, but there were a lot of substances around. Has Mr. Combs ever threatened you? Yes. Let me show you a photo from April 2016. Who's in it? This photographer who goes by the name Bad Boy with an I. We thought it was cool that his name was with an I, and we thought that we would make some art. Puff came up close to my face and said, I'm the devil, I could off you, and she starts to cry. Were you taking substances that day? Probably snow. Did you continue to see Mr. Combs after that? Yes. Why? I don't know. Did you tell the government about this threat in your first meeting? No. Why? Then Diddy's lawyer says objection, and the judge sustained it. And then they break right here, so this is part 1 of her testimony, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. Security Eddie Garcia is giving his cross-examination testimony against Diddy. This is the man who worked as security at the Intercontinental Hotel and worked with Diddy to make this video of him attacking Cassie disappear. And let me just tell you, his cross-examination was short and sweet, and after his bombshell but direct testimony, I'm not surprised. Let's get into it. Diddy's lawyer Brian Steele says, "Sir, you were in a condominium unit with Mr. Combs and others and received double of what your boss was requesting. Fair?" "Yes." "You told your boss because you were honest, right?" "Yes." "You asked Mr. Combs for work?" "Yes." Let me show you the NDA. This part says exclusions, right? Under NDA, you can't speak is my understanding. It says nothing prohibits truthful statements in a legal proceeding, correct? I see that. You weren't law enforcement? No. And then Brian Steele says, "I have nothing further," and it gets redirected back to the government. The government says, NDA Par 4. Can you read it? Notify the company to allow the company to prevent disclosure. So you'd have to notify them first? Yes. This is the end of the cross-examination testimony, and I'm honestly not surprised because this man's testimony is very damning when it comes to the RICO charge. Because under the RICO, Diddy is being charged with bribery for this instance right here, and this man didn't just name Diddy. He also named some of the co-conspirators like the security and Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Korm. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
You never said that was the videos and the breakdown of when they were on the stand testifying. Got testified from the security guard, as you seen, and you also seen the testimony from Brianna Bongolin. You know what I'm saying? That was Cassie's friend, the new testifies, new people that came to testify against Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But that's the 4 topics I have for y'all today. You know what I mean? The 4 topics I have for y'all today, we touched on Eminem. They put Eminem in the headlines for Happy Gilmore 2 trailer. You know what I'm saying? But Eminem is barely in the trailer. He's in there for a second or 2. You literally see him. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely using Eminem's name for that bait of clicks. We also touched on DDG and Halle Bailey has definitely got an ugly battle with a breakup going on. And he's alleging that she's unfit to be a parent to their kid, with the stuff that she was saying to him and the craziness that she was texting him. We also touched on NBA YoungBoy. Yes, he got pardoned, but the state of Utah is still pressing to charge him. They said, remember, he pled guilty in his trial. You know what I'm saying? So we should still move on despite Trump's pardon. The state of Utah still wants to press forward with the trial. And we just touched on Diddy had some new testimonies from new people. The security guard, Eddie Garcia, that was a security guard from that hotel that night, also put out there that he was paid $100,000 for him to keep that tape under wraps. We all know that did not work because the tape had came out. Also, Cassie's friend Brianna Bongolin also came and testified and said some things about he had dangled her over a balcony that was 17 stories up in the air and told her, you know what the fuck you did? And she had no idea what that nigga was talking about. But thank you for tuning in. Now it's time for the closing thoughts. Quick little closing thoughts on these quick little 4 little topics. You know what I'm saying? So Eminem, they just definitely using that nigga name for clickbait out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because Eminem is barely in that trailer that you seen. You feel me? You seen the trailer. Eminem is barely in there. He in there about a half a second, a millisecond, maybe 0.5 seconds. You see him. Like I said, if you blink or look away for a second or somebody come in and talk to you and you say, hey, what's up? You missed it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that fast. You feel me? So they are definitely using Eminem's name to get people to click and be hype around that Happy Gilmore 2 trailer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he ain't in there. You feel me? He's not in there at all. It's not a single segment of a scene with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? He ain't in there wearing hella makeup or a mask or something. You feel me? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They definitely used his name though, put it in the trailer. He ain't nowhere in that trailer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you see Eminem for like a 0.5 of a second. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him no more. You feel me? So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe they just, like I said, used his name for marketing purposes only. You know what I mean? DDG and Halle Bailey is going through this ugly ass breakup. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I don't really get in people's little breakup scuffs and all that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get involved in that shit. I don't report on that shit. I reported about Cardi and Offset when they first was going through their little shit, and Papoose and Remy when they first broke up. You heard me report on them things. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really get involved in people's relationships and all that. You know what I mean? It's just ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's airing out a bunch of dirty laundry. He coming with these text messages, you know what I mean, where she was definitely deep off in her feelings, talking about she wanted to unalive herself and, you know, brought up the kid and all kind of wild shit. She was definitely delirious, losing her mind at the time in her feelings based off what's happening. You know what I mean? But the lies and shit, they're saying that DDG put his hands on her, which seems like a lie. I don't know, you know what I mean? But it seems that way with the evidence that DDG had presented. You know what I mean? It's something crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I don't really get involved with the relationship statuses and people going through dirty, ugly breakups and shit all on social media and airing out dirty. I don't get involved in none of that. You feel me? But like I said, it ain't been no news. So I had to come up with 4 topics. You feel me? I had to scurry down and look for these 4 topics. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of them that was making a headline in the top 5 headlines. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope they settle that though. You know what I'm saying? Being that there's a kid involved, it's always ugly when the children are involved in ugly breakups between a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because the kid just has to kind of go through the shit and be observant of the shit. You know what I mean? And as no kid should be observant of that. You know what I mean? So I hope they can settle that shit out and come to some cool differences and be able to be 2 parents to the child without no bullshit, messy drama going on. NBA YoungBoy got pardoned by Trump, but the state of Utah is saying, fuck that pardon. Nigga, we still want you. We still trying to try you out here. Fuck that pardon that Donald Trump talk about. The state of Utah and the representative of the state of Utah is trying to move forward with that despite that pardon. They still trying to continue on with the trial. You know what I'm saying? They still trying to get him locked up. The Utah state representative said, remember, this nigga pleaded guilty at the trial. You know what I'm saying? So he pleaded guilty. So we got him pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And now this nigga Trump trying to pardon him? The state of Utah is like, nah, fuck all that. You know what I mean? We gonna get that nigga YoungBoy. I don't give a fuck about that pardon or nah. The state of Utah is trying to press forward for my nigga YoungBoy and lock him up. They want that nigga locked up. You feel me? The state of Utah do not want that nigga out and about, free roaming and making music and going on tours and shit. They clearly don't want to see that nigga doing none of that, because they are still trying to pursue with that trial, despite the president's pardon. Diddy has some new shit in his case, you know what I'm saying? New people came to testify. Cassie's homegirl came to testify, said that nigga hung her over a balcony that was 17 stories high and said, you know what the fuck you did? You know what I'm saying? And she didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. She said, till this day, today, I still don't know what that nigga was talking about, I know what the fuck I did. You know what I'm saying? She had no idea, and clearly I for real think that she for real don't have no idea what the fuck she did. Said she was chilling at Cassie's house, and this nigga came hammering on the door. You know what I mean? Came in, Diddy's old nut ass self, you know what I'm saying? And picked her up and dangled her over the balcony. Lord have mercy. This nigga was out here wilding, you feel me? This nigga was out here doing wild ass shit. This court and testimony in this case is showing us that Diddy was a wild dude. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was moving viciously out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? He was doing a lot out here to motherfuckers, terrorizing. Nigga. This nigga was a menace. You know what I'm saying? To the court, according to all these testimonies and shit, goddamn, this nigga was a menace. You know, this nigga was a menace to society out this motherfucker. Nigga making threats, making people disappear. This nigga had a fucking concoction of some type of injection that make it look like he passed on from pneumonia and all kind of shit. This nigga was wild, yo, for real. This nigga was wild. I don't think he gonna, I don't know, man, you know what I'm saying? They trying to get him with that RICO for sure, you know what I'm saying? If they get him with that RICO, they know they can lock him up for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So they trying to, they going hard with that. And now you got, you know what I'm saying, him paying $100,000 to the security guard. Now you got bribery, you know what I mean? It's blackmail, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch of different cases and shit that's coming out in this shit, you feel me? That's not looking good, but he do got a lot of money, he do got a lot of power, so I don't know, you know what I mean? It's hard to tell right now where this shit's going, you know what I mean, with all this shit coming out, because I mean, his team is just gonna say that you motherfuckers is lying. That's what pretty much what his team is gonna cross-examine and say you motherfuckers is lying. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I guess, a matter of how good his team can come forth and cross-examine these motherfuckers coming to testify to prove that they ain't telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, man, I'm gonna be following that shit, you know what I'm saying? The Diddy shit is a headline down there every day, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna definitely be following close to that, you know what I'm saying? Looking at Khadijah Lynn's videos, she definitely give you all the game on this Diddy shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely use her little videos every time for this shit. She had one that was breaking a lot down, but it was like 8 minutes. I didn't want to put y'all through that. I don't know if y'all was feeling 8 minutes of, you know what I'm saying, her talking about the trial. It's a lot of information, though, you know what I'm saying? But now, yeah, if y'all want to see that, I'll put it up for you, but y'all would have to definitely let me know or something in the comments or something like that, and I'll put that up for you. You know what I'm saying? You get about 5 comments saying that y'all want to see it, I'll put it up, you feel me? But if not, you know what I'm saying, you can go to Khadijah Lynn's TikTok and see for yourself, you know what I mean? But let me know if you want me to put it up, I'll put it up for you. But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying, that's my closing thoughts on these subjects, you feel me? That's the last topic, you know what I mean? That's my little closing thoughts on said topics, you feel me? Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, you know what I'm saying? You could have been doing anything you wanted to do, no matter who you was, whether you was a brother or sister, you know what I'm saying, a mother or father, whether you was a grandpa or grandmother, you know what I'm saying, whether you was a little cousin, a big cousin, you know what I'm saying, a niece, a nephew, a uncle or auntie, you know what I'm saying? And if y'all got pets watching, say you got a pet cat, let's say you got a pet gerbil, you got a pet rat, you know what I'm saying? You got a pet snake, a pet goat, a pet zebra, you got a pet goddamn Clydesdale, a horse, you know what I'm saying? You got a pet fox, a pet hedgehog, a pet ferret, you have a pet squirrel, you know what I mean? Whoever your pet is, whoever it may be, if they got their eyes on Kons podcast right along with you, I definitely fucks with them, you know what I mean? Like you see my emoji, homie, my emoji nigga, my nigga emoji scrolling up the screen, saluting you. You know what I mean? Thank you for the viewership. Thank you for watching. Those who comment, thank you for commenting. Those who hit that like button, you feel me? And keep my likes at 100%. Thank you for hitting that like button. You know what I'm saying? But this has been episode 258. I hope you have a good Thursday. You know what I mean? Going off. This is the pre-weekend before the weekend, as I like to call it. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this Thursday going in to the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. You feel me? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? You hear that beat creeping up in the background. You know what I'm saying? This beat was made by, you know what I'm saying, my oldest son, beats by JJ. You feel me? So if you hear this slapping ass beat, enjoy this slapping ass beat, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy these credits with my final little few words on these subjects, just to make something out of the credit box and the credit scene. Yeah, but yeah, man, thank you for watching, man. You know what I'm saying? Episode 258. Go tell somebody about it. Don't share this shit. Hit the like button, comment, and all that shit, man. You feel me? Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for telling people about it. You know what I mean? It's Kons Podcast, episode 258. Y'all be cool.